I just got back from Hawaii and I need to hit that reset button on my nutrition, and I was sick last week as well on vacation. So I thought I would show you what I eat in a day as a petite nutritionist, what I'm cooking for my meals, and just bring you along a realistic day in the life and exactly how you can eat as well to make sure you're getting your fruits, your vegetables, your protein, and know that you're setting yourself up for success throughout the day. And if you're new here, I only make content specifically for short women, 5'4" and under. So hit that subscribe button if you are a petite girly like me. I'm 5'1", by the way. And my name is April. I'm a certified nutritionist and personal trainer, and I help short women like you lose weight in my program, Petite Power Premium, alongside my expert team of registered dietitians and other personal trainers. If you want to book a free audit to check out your metabolism and see what you could be doing better, or just get some free advice, you can apply for a free call with my team below, and we'll see if we can help you out. So here's a little taste, if you will, of the menu today. This is what I grocery shopped for. I'm going to have my matcha and my protein oats. Then I will have a feta, dill, and egg bake that is so good and easy. It takes like 10 minutes. I'll be having a little coffee.
Or of course, coffee, dingle, dingle.
If you know that reference, comment below. I'm going to have a yogurt for some protein to help supplement my breakfast. And then I'm gonna have Gigi Hadid's famous pasta for dinner, but I'm gonna make it a protein version of it, high protein and veggie version of it. It's one of my favorite staple recipes. My boyfriend absolutely loves it. We have it every week almost on rotation. And I'm gonna show you just how easy it is to get tons of whole foods in your diet in a very short amount of time, not a lot of prep, and very high protein, and all petite friendly meals. Speaking of whole foods, this video is sponsored by Gem. When Gem came to me, I was taking just a generic vitamin pill from the grocery store. And the main problem I have with vitamins from the grocery store is just that, first of all, I had to crush the pill and then chase it with a juice because I couldn't swallow the pill. It's just really large. And second of all, I'm a nutritionist. I know that a lot of vitamins and minerals you can't even absorb without the presence of real foods like fats and proteins and carbohydrates. So when Gem reached out to me, and they are a whole foods based vitamin supplement, I was skeptical, but it's packed with 20 plus vitamins, superfoods, probiotics, and prebiotics. So it totally covers me on the vitamin front. And plus it's made with real whole foods. So I know that my body can actually absorb more of the vitamins in it as opposed to the pill. And it doesn't have all these synthetics and fillers and the stuff that you find in traditional pill vitamin. I especially love the turmeric, the black pepper, the ginger, and the spices in it because it helps support metabolism, which is really important for us petite women. I've been taking Gem for 3 months now, and I'm on the last packet they sent me. So I am about to use my own code to go buy my next month's supply. I love it that much. And right now, Gem is offering 50% off your first month, so you can use my link as well. Just go to dailygem.com/AprilVictoria and then use my code AprilVictoria at checkout. And I'm just gonna have one right now. It is literally so good. The first thing I have every morning is my matcha latte. This is a staple in my life. I switched to matcha a while ago, and while I have reintroduced coffee back into my diet, I like to start my day off with matcha because it's a bit more of a soothing caffeine. It has L-theanine, and it kind of drips the caffeine to you over time rather than just hitting you all with the jitters. I usually use skim milk and put it in the Nespresso to give it that froth, and that's how I get my cloud-like matcha lattes that I'm known for on Instagram. I boil some water and get ready to make the matcha. I love the Ippodo matcha. They have incredible quality sourced from Japan, and I have a subscription I use every month. Something that's new is I started taking cowboy colostrum recently, and they originally sent me product to try, and I loved it so much I've just been buying it on my own. And I actually have a code you guys can use if you want to use my link and get a discount below in the description. But the reason why I like it is because it helps with hair and skin and nails, and colostrum is just, it's known as liquid gold. It's basically the first milk that a calf gets when it's born. So it's filled with vitamins and nutrients and minerals, and this is ethically sourced. So I have been enjoying it, and I put it in my matcha in the morning, and it adds a nice vanilla taste as well. Lastly, I sweeten my matcha with monk fruit drops. This is a calorie-free natural sweetener that I get on Amazon, and it just helps give the matcha a little bit of a sweetness in addition to the earthy taste. So that's my morning matcha that I have every morning. After my workout, I have my staple protein oats. I've had this every day for probably the past 2 years now. I just love how it tastes, and it helps me hit that solid 40 grams of protein in the mornings. I microwave 30 grams, or about a fourth or a third a cup of oats with a little bit of water, and then I add a tablespoon of chia seeds, a tablespoon of flaxseed ground up. This helps with fiber intake. Then I add my whey protein powder supplement. I love Pro Mix Whey Isolate. It's a vanilla protein powder that mixes with everything so easily and so well. I've been using it for years, and if you want to use my link below in the description, I can also get you a discount code on that. You can check it out below. I really like Pro Mix because it just has very few ingredients and is minimally processed. I also like adding a PB Fit protein peanut butter powder, which just gives it that peanut butter texture without all of the calories and fats that are found in a peanut butter that has the oil in it. I add frozen berries and fruit as well to add some extra fiber and get a serving of fruit in my day. And I mix it together along with some pink Himalayan salt for electrolytes. And once it's combined, I microwave it for about 20 more seconds. And then I top it with cacao nibs. These are unsweetened and add a little bit of bitterness, some fiber, and I usually add a couple drops of monk fruit sweetener as well for taste. I almost forgot, I sometimes add a Lily's dark chocolate peanut butter cup as well when I just want that little sweetness, and the sweetness is really balanced in this by the other ingredients, and overall this is just the most delicious breakfast, and I still haven't gotten sick of it yet. For lunch, I always have some kind of variation of eggs. I just never get sick of eggs. I have 2 eggs a day in some way, shape, or form. I think eggs are just one of the most complete foods because of the healthy fats and all the nutrients and the protein. Here I'm making a spinach, feta, and dill egg bake. So I'm going to start by chopping up some spinach, and if you have a little ramekin you can bake it in, that's perfect. I only had this pie dish, so that's what I'm using. Then I go ahead and chop up some fresh dill for herbs, and finally some spring onion or scallion, and chop that up to sprinkle on top. I'm taking about 40 grams of feta, maybe a little bit more, in the block, and putting it in the pan and cracking 2 eggs in the dish as well. You can bake it at around 385 for about 12 to 14 minutes, and just check that the eggs are baked and the feta is melty. It came out so good, so creamy and delicious and savory, and I like to mix up all the ingredients, kind of mash up the egg and the feta, and put it into a bowl to make a spread. And I ate this with a half of a Dave's Killer Bread everything bagel to help get the protein content up and add some yummy carbs to the mix. I'm almost always creating new recipes for my clients, especially different egg recipes, so you can check my Instagram if you want to see a bunch of other egg variations I've made over the years. Something that a lot of people don't know is that caffeine and coffee is a appetite suppressant, and I generally love my appetite. Appetite is such a healthy sign that your body is functioning normally, but sometimes in the afternoon, if I'm just doing tons of client work, I get the need to want to eat something or chew something when I'm not really hungry, and coffee just satisfies that taste and just feels great to have that caffeine boost. So I have some coffee after lunch. I use a espresso cold brew and mix it with skim milk, and lately I've been topping it with a little bit of the Chopani sweet cream creamer, but not a lot because a little bit goes a long way with this. It's very, very sweet. I also love drinking things out of straws. My boyfriend got me into this. I don't know why. I think things just taste better with straws, and also keeps your teeth white because it doesn't stain your teeth as much. My snacks I change up quite a bit, but I've really been in Icelandic Provisions extra creamy skyr, I don't know how they say that, but it's a whole milk yogurt. And I love the cold brew, the coffee brew flavor. It's very creamy. It tastes like coffee. It just hits the spot, and it's a good amount of probiotics and protein. For dinner, I'm making a large batch of dinners for the week, specifically making Gigi Hadid's very famous pasta. It's a vodka rigatoni pasta. I'm making it PFF friendly though, protein, fat, and fiber, or petite friendly foods. That's what we're aiming for, to make it a little bit more well-rounded and balanced and give it that high protein. So I'm starting with a container of ground turkey. This is 93% lean, and this is going to create a meat sauce instead of just the plain pasta sauce that's in her recipe. So I'm just putting it in the pan with some olive oil and browning it, and adding taco seasoning from Siete to give it a little bit of flavor and spice. Once it's browned and fully cooked through, you can transfer that to a bowl on the side to add back into the sauce once we create the base for the sauce. Next, I'm getting started on the pasta sauce. You're just going to need a garlic and a shallot, and you'll crush the garlic and you'll cut the shallot lengthwise. And this is going to be added to a pan with some olive oil to create a really flavorful, yummy olive oil base to start the sauce with. You can add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil to the pan, which is a lot, but remember, this is about maybe 6 or 7 servings, so it's dinner for the week, so a little bit more olive oil makes sense here. And then add the crushed garlic and shallots to the pan, and we're going to cook this for about 5 or 6 minutes, or until the shallots brown and the oil has absorbed their flavor. While that's waiting, I am going to add some water to a pan and steam broccoli, since this original recipe doesn't have vegetables, and I want to make sure I'm getting enough fiber in a day and greens and servings of vegetables. I'm adding broccoli to this dish as well. Once the olive oil has soaked, you can remove the shallots and garlic, and you can put this aside to cook with something else, or just discard it and throw it in the trash, but it smells amazing. And at this point, the room is so aromatic and just smells like fresh olive oil and garlic, and it just is really fun to cook because it smells so good. Next, you'll take a small can of tomato paste, and I like to add all of it because I like a very tomatoey vodka rigatoni taste, and I just add it to the pan, and you'll mix it until it's browned, probably about 2 minutes on very low heat so that you can reduce splattering. Now, this is my own little addition, but I like to add Momofuku chili crunch oil to this sauce to give it a little bit of an extra kick. It's really not spicy. It just adds depth and flavor that I think just tastes incredible. I also add this chili crunch oil to eggs, to kind of anything, but it tastes really great in a red pasta sauce especially. This is the fun part. This was actually the first time, not in this video, but this was the first recipe I ever cooked with alcohol with. I just not that fancy of a chef, so if I can do this, you can. But you can add about an ounce of vodka, I'm using Kettle One, to the pan and let it burn off. So you'll let it all dissolve, and it just adds a lot of depth to the recipe and flavor as well, and that's where the vodka comes from in the sauce. Duh, April. Once all the alcohol has burned off, I like to, you can tell I don't really measure anything. I'm kind of like a feel it out girly, but I add heavy cream to the pan, and I like to do it until just little bits at a time while I whisk until it's about an orangey color and it's fully integrated with the sauce. Something you can do if you want to thicken the pasta sauce is, once you've cooked the pasta, you can take the water from that pasta sauce and add it to the water from the pasta and add it here, and it'll just thin out the sauce and make a little bit more of a voluminous sauce, or just thin it out a bit and get it less chunky, or you can just use regular water as well, but the recipe does call for using the pasta water. We can now add back in the ground turkey to complete our vodka rigatoni pasta sauce, or in this case, a meat sauce. And you can put the pan off to the side while we cook the pasta. I'm using Brahmi here. They make a protein pasta. You can use any pasta you like. Obviously, it sometimes tastes better with the real deal, but I just like this for the more protein content, and I don't feel as gross or full after eating it personally. While the pasta's cooking, I'm just draining the broccoli and waiting to integrate everything. And you can also use any kind of pasta you like. I just happen to have the macaroni, I think it's macaroni from Brahmi. And now you can pour the pasta into the sauce dish and begin to integrate that together. At this point, I like to add a little bit of salt, and the original recipe does call for things like butter and whatnot, but I find this to be incredibly rich without adding the extra calories from butter, and it already has the fats from heavy cream anyways and the meat, so it doesn't necessarily need the butter in my opinion. And I like to also integrate some grated or fresh Parmesan and mix it in as well. That dinner took me about 30 minutes. And now I have it for the rest of the week. So all my meals will just take 15 minutes every day. My snacks are no prep, and I can hit my goals this week and feel back on track. This pasta is my favorite. Ready for the taste test? Oh my God. And there's something just super fancy feeling about cooking with vodka, because I had never done that before this recipe. So if I can do it, so can you. I believe in recipes for petites that are high protein, whole foods, and don't take long to prepare, that also only have like 5 ingredients or less, which this one does not have a lot. Also, an announcement, Black Friday is coming, and we have something absolutely insane for petite women looking to build their most powerful bodies and lose weight. We've never done this before, and it's going to be the most insane group of gifts you've ever seen. So make sure you're following my Instagram, which is April V. Whitney. You can also follow the Petite PWR account, and we will be announcing it there on Black Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You found it helpful to see how I eat as a nutritionist, how I hit my goals, and how it doesn't have to take that long. If you like this video, let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time. See you then. Bye. This is so good.